The Utah Arts Alliance has been around for 20 years now. We're celebrating our 20th anniversary like this year.
There is no money in it. It is only for the privileged and rich.
Our mission statement is we foster the arts in all forms to create a better community. So, whatever the art is,
the Utah Art Alliance is working on breaking that stigma. They're on a mission to expose homegrown artists to the community.
But it's a lot of the farmer community that is here in Utah that we would just want to highlight.
By partnering with farmer market and using the internet for global outreach. The Utah Art Alliance. We are very visual and we love art here. Today, I'm with Jonathan. He's one of the community organizer and outreach for the local market here in Salt Lake City. Jonathan, thank you. And can you tell me the history of this and how did you get involved with it yourself?
All right, the Utah Arts Alliance has been around for 20 years now. We're celebrating our 20th anniversary like this year. It started off as just some artists that got together, and we found out that like if one of us is buying a studio and another person is getting a studio, if we put all of our money together, we could get a building. And so then we decided like, let's join up as artists and start creating something for the community. So our mission statement is we foster the arts in all forms to create a better community. So whatever the art is, and a lot of the stuff out there is just art that's either not going to make money, it's just art that is very, very important, but it's not going to get the audience that it needs. We will be the ones that will take that one because some things just have to be done. And so we work with a lot with the communities. We love working with our cultural communities here in Salt Lake. So any type of cultural event that you see around Salt Lake, we are involved somehow. We also love doing things like this, like the Giant Pumpkin Palooza, which is just one of those events that we just want to do for fun. But it's a lot of the farmer community that is here in Utah that we would just want to highlight. And then we have Dreamscapes, and that's where we're in right now, which is all recycled and it's recycled art. So we're trying to save the world. So stuff that would normally be discarded, but it's like so sentimental to you, we take that and then we make art out of it. And so it's just in one spot that's just really, really special for the community and for us.
Wow, fascinating. It sounds like you guys are like a co-op because I think farmers in Idaho have a co-op. Yeah. They pull the money together kind of thing.
Yes, exactly. We're like a co-op, but we've organized into a nonprofit. And so there's about 2,500 of us in the state of Utah, all the way from St. George up to Vernal. We have monthly meetups in each of the little towns. So it's all just to see like how we can make the world a better place through art.
And I'm assuming the reason you guys get involved with farmer market is because there's a lot of small artists.
Yes. These are artists that they have taken the risk. They have created something special and they want to show it to the world. And so what we did is we helped facilitate, get the facility, get the building, get some of the marketing done, and just provide people a platform. And we never know. The next person could be the next Andy Warhol, the next like Monet. It could be somebody super famous that is just starting out that just needs that little extra help to get a little bit bigger.
Well, let's step back. I want you to go from the beginning to the end. I'm a 19 years old kid in Salt Lake City. I just finished high school and I do some art and I come to the farmer market. Where does your organization come in?
All right. So once you decide that you want to be an artist and you want to try to make a living out of it, then you can come to a program called Connect. And that is once a month. And what we do is we have all the artists that are just up and coming. We meet for a Friday night. We show each other our art. We talk about our art, see if there's something we can improve. And a lot of times we'll have a guest speaker. And that guest speaker is somebody who's made it in the art world. And so we can teach you, they'll teach you how to get an Etsy store, how to post on Instagram, how to sell your items on TikTok. And then that will help you get to the next level. Or you can then start learning from other people that have been doing this for a very long time of different techniques. So sometimes with pencil, there might be a shadow technique that you've never thought of, but somebody else has thought of it. So that so when you come out of there, you get involved in the artist community, and then you get involved with us in festivals, you get involved with us in markets, and then it just keeps on going from there.
So that'll be a once a month. Do you guys do other workshop classes for an experienced artist that is 50 years old that running to some brick wall? They just want a refreshment.
Yep, that's where Connect comes in. That's our monthly thing because it's experts and amateurs that show up for it. And so you never know because that one amateur may be coming up with something that the expert hasn't thought of, or there might be a new technique out there in graphic design that nobody's thought of. And so this is a way for you to kind of get to know different things that are happening.
You know, we when it comes to art, I think there's a stigma that you're gonna be poor. There's no money in it. How do you break that stigma to allow people to pursue the dream, but at the same time be realistic?
You need to start selling your items. So one of the biggest hardest hurdles with artists is not realizing how much your things are worth. There are certain price points in what you need to sell, but if you just keep producing, keep being prolific, keep going, it'll finally. It usually always turns out. There's some artists out there that are not as talented as other artists, but they're willing to take the risk to put themselves out there, and so you every once in a while you'll see a painting, you're like, I could do that, but did you? Or did you go and submit that to a gallery? Did you try to push that into the community? Because if you didn't, then that's where you become a poor artist.
Oh, tough words.
Yeah,
So you mean just keep going?
yeah. You just got to keep going, keep going. There's an author named Stephen King, and we also have an artist here called Jimmy Toro. And what they did is every day they wrote or drew for 1 hour. Stephen King, I think, only did it like for 15 minutes or like that, but every single day he did that. And so he just got better and better and better and better at it. It becomes a habit. And so your painting's going to get better, your skills are going to get better. And the more things you have, the more of a portfolio you're going to be able to show people.
And the portfolio is the resume for an artist, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a visual portfolio. So somebody goes, "What do you do?" And you say, "I'm an artist," and they're like, "Oh, what do you do?" And you can go, "Here's what I do." You can show them, and a lot of times what happens is like people will see that one picture. Maybe you didn't like it, but they'll see that picture, and that's the one that made you famous.
Yeah. You talk about gallery. Can you expand on that? You say, they should try to get the pictures into the galleries, contact the administrators. How does that work? Because I feel like galleries are very picky.
Yes, galleries are very picky, and they take a high percentage of your profit. But if you can get in a gallery that looks really, really good when you're coming to buyers, or like if you're like example like now, a lot of corporations and a lot of real estate people buy art like to fill hotels and to do stuff. And if you just come in and say I'm a painter, but you haven't been in a gallery, you haven't had any experience, you haven't had enough where somebody has said I want to pay money for this, then it's hard to get in that way. But if all of a sudden they're like, oh, I was in this gallery and this gallery and I had my own show, then people are definitely going to look at you a little bit more seriously.
When it comes to artists, gallery, with all due respect, all I heard is I think a lot of people think that is very inclusive. Not inclusive is you gotta come from nepo babies. Your daddy gotta have some money. Is it real estate developers that give you a legs up? How do you? How
Oh
do you?
no, not at all. That helps, and that's an easy way to get in because it's like those people know those people. But if you can just keep pushing and pushing, and one of the biggest things like with art in general is if you show up, you're persistent and you're professional, then that'll get you a lot further. Because as a gallery manager or as a gallery events coordinator, you may have the most fabulously talented person, but if they don't give you the art and time, you're in trouble. But if you have that one artist that shows up, smiles, gives you their art, we're going to choose that one over the flaky one, like all the time, just because it's a lot easier to work with them.
In the age of digital technology, YouTube, TikTok, uh, how have you seen artists embrace it or not embrace it? And what do you think the future will be?
It's a new modem. It's a new way to do art. And a lot of people are very much against like AI art, but it's absolutely beautiful. But if that can inspire you to create more, and one day, if the power goes out, your skills are going to be very important, because if you can paint and you can design and you can use your brain to create things, AI can't do that. AI has to be pushed into doing something like that. And so if the power does go out or something happens or you're without all this, it's good to have those skills, because then you'll be able to survive.
Well, I hope climate change doesn't change anything that doesn't keep the powers. And last question for you: what is the ultimate goal for this organization?
Oh, we are going to keep growing. We're going to keep growing. We want to see how much we can actually get done and how much we can do in Utah, and go beyond our borders and go into the bigger United States to provide them with the same opportunities that we're providing Utah artists, to provide it on a bigger scale.
I say last question, but final question: how do you guys get funding? I know there's a war on artists from the state legislatures and cutting class in college. And how do you guys go about raising fund?
we are about we are like self funded in a lot of ways. So a lot of the all the artists that we work with are all local, and we take a smaller percentage than what other people do. So that way we have a higher amount of art and a higher amount of stuff that we can do. We also do local events. We also do dreamscapes, which is a big moneymaker for us. And that helps provide the opportunities and stuff to go. So when things go bad, you need to learn how to be self-reliant. And so if it's just strictly you're hoping the government's going to give you money and all this other stuff, you have to figure out why somebody else would give you money. And so if you could make money from just the general public, you're not going to have to rely 100% on just government grants or government institutions. And so whatever you can do to make yourself valuable, that's what you need to do. And that's what the Utah Arts Alliance does.
Jonathan, it has been fantastic chatting with you, and I wish you luck with the organization, and I wish you achieve your wildest dream.
Woo! Thank you so much.
They're available today. They're the new style for this year. Called the Utah Giant Pumpkin Growers. What do you think, Clint? All right, hey, thank you. Let me grab that. We found a pirate hat and a ring from somebody's camera. If you're missing one of these, come up to the front stage. We'll take care of you.
Guys, okay, so we're down to our last pumpkin.
How about that?
This pumpkin is estimating at 2,135 pounds.
2135?
Yeah, that is, yeah. Our Utah state record is 2,289 pounds. The current Idaho state record, sorry, right with me, it's a little over 1,700 pounds. Until 2 weeks ago, it was 1,415 pounds. So Brian Christensen grows his pumpkins in Rexburg, Idaho. He brought this down from Rexburg this morning for our contest there. This could be, I mean, it has the chance of being the biggest pumpkin ever weighed for our club. So we're the Utah Giant Pumpkin Growers, but we also include most of Idaho, part of Wyoming.
Wow. That's when you can almost live in.
And it was only, this thing was a baby 3 months ago. It was a little tiny flower about 3 months ago. And it is already this big.
My son Sterling's on Mount St. Helens today in a tent that was smaller than this pumpkin. The numbers popping. Okay, we're wrapping up the drawing right now. If you have your numbers,
And then
these are for last numbers in.
I have the Idaho state record sign ready just in case there.
I think we got a good chance. Last tickets. Winning $100.
So what do you have to say about it, Brian?
Here we go.
It'll be a state record. The question is by how much. I'm hoping for 2,000 pounds. That's still light, but I typically go light in my garden, so I'm hoping for 2,000.
We have only had 3 people grow 2,000-pound pumpkins in Utah. This would be a huge deal to have a 2,000-pound pumpkin in Idaho. Okay, so Muhammad Sadiq right here, he used to be our state record holder. He's going to 2,287-pound pumpkin. He's about to give Brian the news of how much this pumpkin weighs.
Who thinks it's over 2,000
Who
pounds?
thinks it's a 2,000-pound pumpkin?
Who thinks it's higher than 2? Woo! Who thinks it's lower than 2? We have a few lowers. Maybe even the grower. He might know something that we don't. What do you think it is, Sadiq?
Gotta let Brian look at it. 2,027 pounds!
22! This is a new Idaho state record.
2,000 pounds!
Congratulations! And it's the top pumpkin in our way off today.
This is the top pumpkin in our club this year.